everyone. This is David Ellis again with Dr. Amir Jahangiri, and we are now in the next stage of UCM VIP's development and the UCM network. We have opened our YouTube channel. Thank you for the support for those of you who are pouring in, and thank you for our haters. So the title of this show is Who Dropped the Spiritual Soap? And so, you know, Amir, I don't know where to start with the show, because I think that a lot of the times when people enter into the realm of esoterics, they think that somehow or the other, because I have stepped onto this path, spirituality will wash all my sins away. It's like a religious thing, right?
Yes.
And then they figure out very quickly and early on in the path that some of them are still alcoholics, some of them are still drunks, some of them still use sexuality as a weapon, as an allure for people, and they realize that spirituality only made the situation worse.
Yes. Yes.
So I'm particularly concerned and a little bit annoyed at a show I watched last night, right?
Yeah.
I saw some things in that show that were a little bit disturbing to me. Number one, I saw a lot of arrogance. And I saw people talking about stuff that they don't know about.
Yes.
And we're going to delve into this stuff because all we are here for is to actually educate people on a number of things. Guys, a lot of you may be looking for spiritual leaders, spiritual healers, and stuff like that. We're not going to put ourselves out there as any spiritual leader of anything. Amir and I prefer to look at our role as teachers for the most part, to provide helpful information. And so UCM is going through another phase where we're going to be actually giving out products and tools and stuff like that. For those of you who don't know, we just sent out an email giving you guys some toolkits and stuff like that. We have a UCM giveaway going on where you guys can get 2 half-hour free sessions with either me, Amir, or anybody from the UCM network that you choose. And all of this is in aid of helping the esoteric community. And we will be actually giving out real tips and tricks and tools. And we're not going to be asking you to pay exorbitant amounts of money for it. We're going to ask you to pay fair trade prices for it. And what we can give, we can absolutely do so. Okay? And what we give away is not useless. Like on this show for right now, what we're going to be doing is teaching you guys how to discern false behavior from true behavior when it is that you're looking for a healer or a practitioner and so on. And so we've done this kind of show before, but we want tips and tricks because a lot of people enter into this spectrum and they want to look for somebody who can actually help them move forward. And there are a lot of people out there who are, they're not, I don't bother to call people charlatans. They're at whatever stage that they're at. And it was on full display at a show that I watched last night. So I want to, first of all, pass the mic over to Amir, because, you know, that's what we do. Collaboration over competition.
Yes.
When you get people to collaborate, and that means you guys as well. So if you're watching this broadcast and you haven't done so, reach out to us. We're going to be putting out calls to action. And there are a lot of you guys out there with real skill and talent, but y'all don't think y'all have the real skill and talent. And so y'all lack the confidence. So we're urging you to reach out to us because we're trying to build a collaboration and not a cult of personality where it's just Amir and where it's just David. Okay? So for those of you who are out there, we're going to be promoting the esoteric community en masse, not just 1 or 2 people. Amir, over to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, my warmest greetings to you. Welcome. You honor us by your presence. We're very grateful for your valuable time. Thank you so much for being here. So today we're going to examine the pitfalls of association with snake oil salesmen, with fakers, skillless people who are very loud, who know nothing but claim everything. how to identify this before you're in trouble, waste your time and resources and your energy, fall into potentially harmful situations by association with these people who, for lack of a better word, are unqualified and criminal. What would you look for in a genuine practitioner? What are the signs of somebody who knows, who does what they speak, who can do what they claim? So it's going to be a very useful broadcast for all of us. Now, on a side note, David mentioned we're searching for collaboration. We're not promoting just one person or two people. We're promoting all of us. So this is a place of equal co-creation, equal opportunity. The mindset is everybody benefits and grows together. So if you're a practitioner, a person on the spiritual path, a fellow seeker, and you're searching for assistance that is unconditional, that comes from a genuine place, a place of love and care, so we can learn together and enhance each other. Please get in touch with us. You'll find that we do what we say, we are who we are, and that's pretty much it. David, let's jump into the topic.
Oh boy, so where is all of this coming from? I watched a show last night, and on this show I saw a number of fallacies being perpetrated, and a lot of it was pretty pathetic. Guys, I'm going to start with the obvious, and we're going to go down the line bit by bit. If you are trying to teach somebody something spiritual, physician, heal thyself is the first thing that you are looking for.
Yes.
What does being spiritual look like? What does it appear to be like? Guys, it's not just about the physical body, okay? It's about the attitude as well. Anytime you enter and you're looking at a broadcast where people are just promoting themselves alone, it is a problem. We at the UCM network, we're doing a number of things, but we're trying to incorporate people. That's why it's the UCM network. It's not David and it's not Amir. It's not Nikki either. We're trying to promote the revival, so to speak, of the esoteric community. So if you are looking, right, for people to do readings with, for healing and stuff like that, and you see that person only promoting themselves alone, then that is a red flag. It is absolutely a red flag. You want to know why it's a red flag? Because that individual is just about them. These individuals are going to be just about them. It's not about the unit or collective. They will never reference the esoteric community. It's just what I know and what I'm teaching, and that's what I do. And so once you see that stuff, that would be a problem, a very big problem, because I have been part of many, many spiritual organizations. And one thing that I have learned over the years is that collaboration always wins over competition. There are people out there that are like sharks. They will come on people's shows as an example and try to promote themselves and only promote themselves alone. There are people out there that come out and they're like, me, 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 me. And I'm like, okay, what are you teaching? Are you giving any kind of relevant advice that can actually help people?
Really good question. Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to let you jump in there.
So that's one part of it, that some people just go me, 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 me. But then there's a flip side that is not just me, 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 me. That everybody else is fake. Everybody else is rubbish and it's just me. You see, that's not good. Now, I want to direct our esteemed audience just to have a look at the UCM YouTube channel. One glance, you'll see a whole range of people, real people, hundreds of people.
People were vetted, by the way.
Yes, that do what they say, and they are genuine by the fact that they're collected in our collective. We know that they're truthful. Any one of them you contact, you will feel this. So it's not just promotion of self. Again, I really want to emphasize this, that together it is that we are strong. Divided we fall. We're living in a world that is not of the light. Look around you, what's happening? The division in social classes, war, racism, tribalism, all sorts of different things designed to divide humanity. So part of our objective is to get rid of this, create harmony, equality, and respect in that equality. No matter who you are, what you look like, if you're genuine, if you're truthful, we call you forward. We call you forth, dear friend. Come join this movement which is based on truth.
Yeah.
And you'll be given every type of assistance that we can possibly give you unconditionally. So those who work with us can vouch for this. There are many of you out there, and you know how we treat you with all the respect that is your birthright.
That is correct. You know, Amir, I think what bugs me about a lot of people who go on shows and stuff like that, it's like, I'm the real deal. Everybody else is fake. Let me explain something to you guys, okay? Amir and I are both Reiki masters, as an example. There are many Reiki masters out there. It's not about who's better and who's worse, who's a charlatan and who's not. There are many of them that are extremely talented. Amir and I are trained in many, many different things. And I'm going to tell you that there are a lot of people out there that are trained equally as well. You don't hear about them because they're not shouting me, me, me. When it is that you're watching a broadcast, any broadcast, including this one, we are not exempt. Correct. And people are saying, well, I'm the only one and everybody else is shit. That's a problem. It absolutely is. And I feel really strongly about stuff like that. And anybody who's like the degrading or downgrading and stuff like that is really themselves, is an inadequacy, that thing that they have going on, and they need to pad their little fragile egos. There's a saying that the Africans have. Some people make themselves taller by cutting off the heads of other people. So you need to look for these things whenever you're watching broadcasts. Absolutely. It's not just me, 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 or Amir. Look at Amir, look at Amir, look at Nikki, Nick Roche. Okay, Nikki is not usually on these broadcasts because she's one of these people that is a real psychic, a real medium. I can vouch for how powerful her skill sets are, because she surprises me every day. And I shout out to people on this show every day to let people know who are the real people out there who are really doing work. Like Laura Massey, as an example, with Two Feathers Medicine. You want shamanic advice, go to this lady. Yeah. Because she is a good person. Not just a shaman. She doesn't just know stuff. She is a good person inside. Go to Nikki the Crochet. She is a good person inside. Right? I could shout out people from every possible modality. And I could tell you, because I can vouch for them, because their skill sets are impeccable, but they are also good people. If I don't call out these people on the stage, I can't vouch for a whole bunch of people out here. But there are other people that need mentioning as well. Yes. Richard Winter, if you are listening to this, I am shouting out to you as well, because I know what your heart is and what you are in this for. These are good people we have had associations with. And there are numerous of them which I may have failed to mention or not mention. So when it comes to people and being collaborative, I am shouting out these people because these people are good people. They're not just about themselves. So that's the first thing I want to cover.
Yeah.
Because you guys need to actually, what we're trying to do is teach you some skill sets that will prevent you from going down the rabbit hole of your own destruction when people try to siphon resources from you that they shouldn't siphon from you. When you're looking for a practitioner, look for the character of the individual. Is that person a good person, or does that person spend a whole bunch of time talking about themselves?
And pushing everybody else down? That's not good. Not
good at all. Which brings us to the second thing. Name dropping. Oh my God. Oh God. Oh God, that hurt me. Name dropping. Amir and I have been places everywhere. Okay, we've been everywhere. I can name drop a million different famous people in esoterics that I've been around. I have studied underneath these people. I keep saying that I did TM. You don't know who taught me TM? But I mentioned the system TM because it's collaboration. It is the system and the skill set, not who I know. There are people that will come on a broadcast as an example and keep name dropping this. I knew this guy. I knew this person. I knew this person. I went to this way. I went to this person. And I'm like, what about you? Who are you? I know you knew this guy, and I know you knew that guy, and I know you knew the third guy and whatever else. Who are you? What are you capable of? What are you capable of? When you see these things, when somebody continuously name drops, like I'm doing this, and I'm doing the third, and I knew this guy, and I knew the third person, and whatever else, that is to cover up. It belies a certain amount of pathetic behavior, and it shows you the emptiness of an individual when you have to chase clout over somebody else's accomplishments, riding on somebody else's coattails and so on. The people that we bring on the show, Patty Lucia, I'm going to shout out to you. She's a very silent lady. She came onto the show and she said, David, I'm not a very famous psychic. I'm not a very famous person. I don't even know why you have me on the show. And I'm like, because you're a good person and you actually don't understand the value of who you are as an individual. You need to be out there. But then there are people who will name drop. They will name drop anybody that they can find just to ride off their coattails. Guys, we're not name dropping anybody inside there. The people that I shouted out to because they deserve it.
They should be honored in every way. They're the people that don't get enough publicity. And in their mastery, they have humility. And it's just before that, I mean, just moments after you start speaking with them, that you see that shining light within their soul, that beautiful spirit that they are, within whatever shell, whatever body it may be. You feel the genuine love, the kinship they have for their fellow man. And so, yes, they deserve to be honored and praised honestly and justly.
You know,
so David, we talked about self-promotion and ego, unhealthy ego. We talked about name dropping and clout chasing.
Yeah.
Another thing that we could probably now present as category number 3 to be very carefully inspected is fantastical claims. Claims that go above and beyond what is logical. Okay, so I'm not going to use any names. I'll do it at my expense. If I come on and I say to a client, I can heal your cancer, right? You're missing a finger. I can help you grow your finger. Okay, you've had a heart attack. I can make your heart strong like you're a teenager again. So these are fantastical claims. Now, anybody in the holistic business knows that the effects of holistic healing and holistic treatments are very subtle. So therefore, if there's something seriously going wrong with your body, the first advice, the correct advice is go see a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Take advantage of 21st century medicine.
Mm-hmm.
It has extended the life expectancy of mankind from around 35 years to over 70. That should be valued. Okay? You can't just claim to do miracles. And it's just at a claim because nobody can do these things. Now, if you want subtle help with your thoughts, with your energy patterns, boosting the natural immune system of the body, helping with chronic pain, promotion of healing, balancing of thoughts and emotions, that kind of thing absolutely is achievable very powerfully. And that's in fact some of the stuff that modern medicine has not begun to cover yet. Mm-hmm. So there is a place for everything. And the skill and mastery of doctors, surgeons, nurses, practitioners, technical staff, this has to be honored. You can't bypass that either.
Mm-hmm. Here's the thing. Like yourself, like myself, we spent a lot of time on the esoteric side of healing and so on. I've also been on the other side of the fence as a clinician.
Yes.
There's a lot of stuff that people, I don't advertise necessarily about myself, but I have been a clinician. I have been a psychotherapist. I have been a hyperbaric oxygen therapy technician as well. The amount of study and dedication that it takes to reach certain levels of proficiency, whether you're a doctor or whatever, and I understand that these people are under marching orders from the pharmaceutical industry. I understand that. I absolutely do. I wanted to say this thing to you guys. They're under marching orders from the pharmaceutical industries and the various health authorities and so on, but respect them.
Yes.
Respect them. Forget about the pharmaceutical industries and so on. As individuals, they are like you. They have dedicated themselves to a path of study. This otherness that has happened in the holistic field, I try to bridge it many times. Yes, medical people can be arrogant. Esoteric people can be very, very arrogant as well. Telling people that everybody from the medical fraternity is nonsense. No, these people spent their life. And if something happens to you, like an accident on the road and so on, and you're lying on the road and you're looking up at people, you're going to want medical personnel on standby to save your life.
Exactly.
Do you hear me? What you won't want is somebody putting their hands on you saying, yes, I realize that your brains are on the pavement, but I'm just going to Reiki you. You don't want that. If you were shot accidentally or deliberately, as the case may be, the way things are going, you don't want somebody saying, oh, there's a bullet wound inside of you. There's a bullet that just entered your abdomen. I'm going to Reiki that. You need immediate emergency medical response. Guys, watch yourself with this arrogance. And I'm saying this to you guys in all love and honesty, because I've been on both sides of that equation. When you see an esoteric person putting down on the medical fraternity, listen to what they're saying. If they are going after the pharmaceutical industries and the powers that be of domination and control, fine, but individual doctors and so on, no. I disagree with that, absolutely. I disagree that these people spent a lot of years and effort, money, time, whatever, and they become arrogant. I absolutely agree with you, right? But that doesn't mean that they are useless. It does not mean that they are useless. There are other aspects of this, but honestly, that's a very good point you just made. But I actually want to bring up another point right now. Name dropping is bad enough. When esoteric people openly say that one branch of esoterics is not important, I have a problem with this.
Yeah. The whole cast of people throughout time, past, present, and future. That's not good.
I want to tell you guys, just so that we're clear, this is our position. Psychics are very important. Channels are very important. Mediums are very important. Would you like to know why these people are important, especially in our day and age? Because 99% of the world's population are not psychically enabled. They're blocked up. Google will not save them. How many people you know have any, we just did a show on ancestry. How many people do you know have any sense of who their ancestors were and what they stood for? They could Google it. I could pick up my phone right now and Google a whole bunch of stuff. And Googling it and reading it will not actually cement it into my DNA. It will not spark anything inside of me. You want to know what will, however? The actual experience of it. Psychics, mediums, channels, all of these people are very, very, very important. They have a part to play in what's going on in the world. Yes. Imagine a world without these people in it and the beauty that they bring to be able to access higher dimensions, to be able to access the ancestors, to be able to channel information from beings who would want to help us.
Yes, yes.
So I don't care necessarily for the argument as to which one of them is more important. I don't care. I don't care. They all are important. Yes. Everybody who sits down and meditates every morning and does the work is very, very important. And I'm talking to you guys out here. Whether you silently said a prayer this morning when you got up off your bed and said, you know what? Thank God for being here. God, just heal the world. If you said that, if you just did that, you're important. How many people are doing that? I mean, like, seriously, I don't understand how people make value judgments on people's craft.
Without knowing anything about it. You see, that's the bad thing. There's one case where you delve into a modality, really dedicate yourself to it, and then you may actually make a judgment call, but then just for yourself, that this modality is not for me. But you can never claim that everybody who's gone down that path and achieved a certain level of proficiency, dare I say mastery, is also no good. That logic doesn't seem sound. So then for that person, you would go to the next modality. We're all individual. That's the beauty of it. And that's why together we are strong. Having
Correct.
over 20 years of teaching experience, I can tell you this, with tens of thousands of students, we learn differently. That's just the way humankind is. And that's why we have survived through ages. We all have our own talents. So it makes sense that a unified method will not fit everybody.
And you want to know what actually gets my goat? Every living entity, every sentient being in this creation has a part to play. So every one of them is relevant and very important. And that should be theoretically how esoterics works. Every one of them is important.
Yes.
So I brought a channeler on the show, and we're going to actually stream part 2 of that channeling on a different weekend because I went and recorded it again. And let me tell you, Bob Hill is an internationally known and acclaimed channel. He's been everywhere from Saudi Arabia to like the Caribbean. Okay, so he is really well known and he is very, very good at his craft. And the thing about it is that when I speak to him, and we're actually, as I said, going to bring him on the show, he's going to speak for himself, actually. When he channels Shire, what happens is that he is in connection with information that is not readily available. That's just what it is. So he is important. What he has to say is important. Okay. The thing about all of this stuff, when we're talking about people and what their skill sets are and so on, you want to know what we don't need more of? Negativity. We don't need more of that. We have that in abundance. And when I see in the esoteric community negativity being portrayed openly, it's disgusting to me. It really is. Like, honestly, there came a point in time, a lot of you knew me from, well, what, 10 years ago and so on, and then I took a break. The reason I took a break was that there's too much negativity in the esoteric community. There are too many people about me, and not the us factor. And so when it is that you are promoting yourself, I remember I grew up in a TM center, right? And we taught yoga there. When other yoga systems, we had inverted commas, what we call competition. We never saw them as competition. If any one of these ashrams needed anything, we were there to help them. We need to bring back that vibration, not just about me. How many of these practitioners out there, they're just about themselves? They see other practitioners as competition. They don't see them as part of a spiritual family. Disgusting. And so they need to put them down. Guys, let me tell you something, okay? When it is that you are dealing with people, and I keep saying, you could be a great healer, you could be a great psychic, you could be a great medium, or whatever the case may be, you could be a great channel. But if you are an indecent person, you haven't gone anywhere. Yes. I am going to repeat this. If you don't start from the position that I'm a good person and I would like to see everyone succeed, you haven't gone anywhere. Pack that shit up and leave.
That's so true. So I know we've said a lot of this before, but it's worth repeating. If I claim to be a master of so-and-so, but I'm a miserable bastard, yes, it's not working for me. How can it work for you? If I claim to be a master of so-and-so, but I don't have generosity of heart, it's not working for me. How can it work for you? If I claim to be a master of so-and-so, but there is sickness in my body and soul, it's not working for me. How can it work for you? And it goes on and on. So very carefully, ladies and gentlemen, before you begin associating with any person, please use the infinite wisdom that is within all of you. Those little nudges, your gut feeling, your intuition, please trust that. Mm-hmm. If somebody is genuine, you will know. Please, 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 do not have that problem of wishful thinking. Do not suppress your intuition and what is channeled to you through the higher aspects of yourself. Please trust this. We all can do this. We all do this on a daily basis. If something seems wrong, walk away. Mm-hmm. If there is ego, if there's cruelty, if there's disrespect, if there's hierarchy, not good, not a good sign. Walk away. Spare yourself the trouble. At best, you'll get robbed. At worst, you'll get drawn into negativity. It will not only be less than helpful, it will damage you worse. You'll leave worse than the way you entered, with a whole extra burden of rubbish that you don't need. At the best case scenario, it's going to be useless. That's the best case scenario. You lose time, you lose money, you come out pissed off, and that's the best outcome.
Which reminds me that I want to say something. When we're online and stuff like that, esoteric broadcasts or whatever else, and you're watching anything or you're looking at any material from anyone, Negativity is not supposed to be present.
Yes. Bingo.
Negativity is not supposed to be present. And what negativity looks like is this whole hierarchy nonsense. Like, really, no. What is that for? So we wanted to teach you guys these things due to the fact that it breaks my heart to see people out here still doing the same things. Look, a lot of us came from religion. A lot of us came from different paths and so on, and we stepped onto the esoteric community. In religion, there's a hierarchy system, okay? You go to church on Sundays, and as soon as the service is over, somebody's backbiting and gossiping somebody else. You guys know this phenomenon. Don't bring it here. Don't bring it here. Or doing some negative crap. Why? Why? Because I actually don't understand that. I have had a hell of a time understanding why it is that all of this stuff is necessary. And Amir, it's kind of funny because we stepped onto this path to clean ourselves, to purify ourselves of certain kinds of behavioral patterns. And I have no idea how the esoteric community got infiltrated by this kind of competition, this kind of name dropping, this kind of negativity, this kind of stuff. I have no idea. This kind of me stuff. It's all about me. I'm the greatest. I'm this, I'm that. I'm like, no, you're not the greatest. You're a drop in the ocean like the rest of us.
Yes.
Oh, which would remind me, anyone who proposes to be more spiritually developed than you or even implies it, I don't care who it is. That includes us. We keep saying on the show, we are all have our own levels. I may be better at massage than you, but you might be better at math than I am. Most likely you are, because I hate math, right? I may be better at something than you are. And when I see people in the esoteric community, even like up to last night when I'm looking at a bunch of esoteric people interacting with each other, there's an innate hierarchy that is actually in there, which is nonsense. We are all on a level playing field. We all have our own skill sets, and I do mean even the homeless person on the street corner.
Yes.
He is better at something than you are.
Yes.
It might be taking pain and hardship, most likely. He's better at something than you are. So this concept of hierarchy, or look at me, I'm the leader, follow me, or all of that, oh my God, and all of that shit, we are all equal. Nobody is better than anyone else in this creation. Listen to, I want to repeat this, and this will go over a lot of people's minds. Nobody is better than anyone else in this creation. Everybody has a particular skill set.
So, David, what you said is so true. We may be at different stages of our path, each developing towards perfection and ascension in a different way that is unique to each of us. So therefore, we are all equal. Equal in that because we strive for evolution and perfection, we all deserve respect. And as individuals, there is no point in time where you go through a threshold and it's over.
Yeah.
No. That's not true for me, not for David, not for anybody. What that means is that we are continuously, all of us, susceptible to the downfalls of temptation, ego, greed, anger, jealousy, negativity. There is no point in our lives, no matter how ascended, how masterful we become, that we are not susceptible to these things. The greater you know, the greater your responsibility, the greater the rewards, but the greater the temptation. So we see many a great master that fall. Many examples of this. We all know about these. So achieving a certain level of mastery requires work to maintain that level. Just as easy you go up, just as easy you come down. Coming down is so much easier. And then you fall to depths never reached before. Nobody is better. Just because at one stage you achieve a certain altitude doesn't mean you stay there. Nobody will know, but you have fallen. You've let the dark in. You've allowed yourself to be compromised. And it shows in behavior, it shows in interactions with people around you. So, ladies and gentlemen, be vigilant. Nobody is better than you. Nobody is worse than you. We all make mistakes, and we all are capable of ascending and gaining mastery, learning from those mistakes. But the signs are there, the same way you know if a naughty kid is lying or not. Same thing. Same way if you see somebody who's committed a crime, you get that gut feeling, okay, this person is most likely guilty, they're hiding something. You'll be able to make those judgment calls. Personally, for yourself, not about a whole community, just in a one-to-one interaction, you make a correct decision, an evaluation. Is this going to serve my highest good or not? You're not treating the individual any differently, but you know that it's not going to benefit you. Walk away, please.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we talked about the name of the show. Don't pick up the spiritual soap. And that's a joke. In prison, you don't pick up the soap, because guess what happens to you? If you bend over to pick up a soap, you'll have an unwelcomed visitor. So it's this kind of thing in spirituality too. You know, I think the humor is coming out. You see, it's the same thing with any other interaction. Don't pick up the spiritual soap.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's a slippery slope.
Slippery
slope, right? And a lot of people drop the spiritual soap. You have the spiritual soap.
Yep.
You drop it. You drop it. And yeah. After that, it's just yeah. Getting ridden by demons, yeah. All right. Right. So guys, this is a bit our show for today. I want to make a few announcements. On Thursday, we're streaming the second part of the Bob Hill channeling. I wanted to stream it because this man is amazing.
Yeah.
And he deserves recognition. He's been doing it for many, many years. And he's actually very good at what he does. And what he has to say is very, very important. Okay. The reason why I am streaming these channelings is because I get a lot of emails from people who are asking me about the things that are relevant to them and so on. And let's face it, it's not like you're going to go to the news and the news is going to tell you what's important to look at. So we're doing these kinds of things for that reason. We have started our UCM TV channel. It is a collaboration of people that we have met, that we know. I want you guys to actually look at their content because they have something important to say. We have everything, not just spirituality, from sexuality, every aspect of the individual that is important for you to know. And we will be adding more people because we'll be doing calls to action. So you watching this broadcast right now, if you have something to say, then you need to say it.
Yes.
And we want to hear it. For those of you who don't know, we have a summer giveaway, and it's a big giveaway. It's not just a small esoteric toolkit. We have put a lot of effort into it. So enter it. And how it works is basically, if you like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel and so on, you get entries. We're picking 3 winners at the end of all of this, and you guys might be lucky. But you know what? Knowing us, everybody's going to win at the end. And to make sure everybody wins, we'll be giving away stuff if you join our UCM newsletter. So not just to inform you of, oh, we have this promotion and we're trying to sell you stuff. We actually want to give you stuff as well, which is real.
Yeah, very
not
cool.
like give you crap. It's like real.
Yes.
So for those of you who are interested, yes, subscribe to our YouTube. We're trying to grow that YouTube channel because we are going to make bigger moves in UCM in the coming weeks. And yeah, for those of you who just want to comment in the comments below, because we do read the comments, as you know. And I guess we'll see you guys next week. But before we go, Amir, you have the final word.
Yes, so we're going to be doing another recorded channeling from Bob Hill. So we talked a lot about useful, practical information. So I'd like to just add a few words here. First of all, esteemed ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to respectfully ask that you be the judge. Not for me, not for David. You judge what is right for you. Don't trust me, don't trust anybody else. Now, however, before you enter any kind of spiritual activity, it is very highly advised to meditate. So if you do this in advance and prepare yourself, just by the exertion of your will and intention, that I want to get a lot out of this broadcast, you will prepare yourself for this. Now, just wanting it, it causes a difference in potential, like lightning striking. You cause that difference in potential, the lightning will find its way. So you can indeed connect with the collective of which Josiah is a member, okay? Very elevated beings, and you can establish your own channel. Begin doing this. Once this happens, you be the judge. Don't take anybody's word for it. The steps are here. And in fact, for the first one, many of you wonderful, wonderful ladies and gentlemen wrote back to us, oh my God, I actually did it. How amazing are these beings? So I would like this to be some sort of an educational process. That's our intention. We're not trying to muddy the water. We're trying to filter out the pollution. You see what happens. You be the judge. Whatever it is that you judge to be true, we accept.
Absolutely. And guys, for those of you who emailed us, we did read your emails and we thank you for them. You guys will be receiving emails from us. We don't just want to spam your inbox because that irritates me as well. We want to actually give you useful tools, whether or not you have the money to pay for them or not. Okay, we're not that kind of network.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll actually be giving out stuff and on Facebook and so on to make sure that you guys actually have what you need to get things done. As I said, we have a UCM mobile app that you can actually download, and there's free resources in there to help you analyze and judge where you're at. We have a number of quizzes and self-assessment tools that you can use because we want to be useful.
Yes.
Okay, and if you don't need it, somebody else does. So please spread the word.
And just remember, together we are strong. We are strong when we elevate each other, when we respect each other, when we honor each other, when we heal each other, support each other. We're not going to fight negativity with negativity. We are going to wash it away with the light, with unconditional love.
Well, guys, that has been our show for today. Let us know what you think in the comments below. We will be answering you. Other than that, see you guys next week. Take care.